Hello, fellow blue sniffers and spruce snippers, and welcome back to Blitzkrieg Model Works. I'm Bob, you know me as Darkland on the forums. How's it going, everybody? Special tool review today, and I consider anything that helps me build or finish a model that isn't part of the model, an accessory, aftermarket set, or something like that, as a tool. Now, a lot of people have been talking for some time about burnishing fluid to do white metal tracks with, and this includes Furl Model, Master Club, Spade Ace, and I guess A&K are doing some others. There's a few other brands out there, but Furl are far and away the most commonly known, with Master Club, I guess, coming up second place, at least as of this filming. One of the problems that a lot of people have with metal track links is they come in raw metal form, white metal. They're nice and heavy, they hold the detail well, they act just like actual track links, but the problem is you got to paint them black, and that can be a real pain in the butt for people. So you can usually get burnishing fluid provided by some of the aftermarket suppliers, but I used this product many years ago, and I'm happy to say that it still exists. You can still get it. I would like to have the caveat that I am not advocating that you bypass your favorite brands. If you prefer to buy some of the more convenience-based products and support the industry, by all means go ahead and do that. I'm just offering an alternative, that I have used in the past. Now, this product is made in Canada. You cannot buy it direct from Novacan. Novacan, actually, if anybody from Novacan ever sees this video, your website is horrible. There is no contact us, there is no product information other than information for shippers and MSDSs, that's material safety data sheets, which are required for workplace use. I do have a copy for my own, hence I'll explain the gloves in a few minutes. There is no contact, or not only no contact information, but there's not even a list of dealers. So you have to surf around a little bit and try and figure out if you have a place where you live that carries stained glass supplies. That's what this product is used for. It's used for putting a patina, a black patina, on an item called caning, which is kind of a grooved lead moldable frame that they actually put the stained glass into. That's what holds all the different colors of stained glass together, and they solder it, and then just like this, that's how it looks, and then they turn it black with this product. Now, I got this item, and I'll put a link in the comment section below, from a company in Ontario called Artistry in Glass. They were very good to deal with. I ordered 12 bottles. I just wanted to get a case. They didn't know how many came in a case. They had to order it and ship. And each bottle, as of this filming, cost me, prior to shipping and tax, $6.37 for that much. Now, with taxes and shipping, I paid a whopping $8.44 for an 8-ounce bottle. Now, compared to the patinas that I've seen on the market, marketed just for this, usually are in the range Canadian of $12 to $15 for 4 ounces. So I'm getting twice the amount for like half the price. So effectively I'm getting it for a quarter of the price for a bottle this big. So using this stuff, it is a hazardous chemical. I haven't used any of the patina stuff that's marketed for tracks, but looking at the MSDS for this item, just pulling it up on my computer now, there's 3 major chemicals in here that you have to be very cautious of. It contains nitric acid, selenium dioxide, and copper sulfite. Now, the nitric acid is pretty bad, it will burn. Selenium dioxide is a suspected carcinogen, though in the volumes that we're going to be dealing with, it shouldn't be an issue. Just make sure you're in a well-ventilated area using this. But just like the excuse me, the burnishing fluid, sorry, just had a little brain fart. You just need a container to pour it into, and I use these lovely little feta cheese containers because they're held in water, and they come with their own little basket. Although if you're using some smaller tracks, you might want to put in like a wire mesh or something. You definitely want to wear gloves handling this stuff, and you want to be wearing eye protection, preferably chemical splash goggles. A little word of warning: when I first used this stuff just last week when I first got it, I had a tiny little spill, and just the tiniest little bit got in my eye, and it's a damn good thing I had an eye wash station nearby. I have one here in the house, in the shop, because holy crap, that little partial of a drop that got in there was horrid, and my eye burned like hell for hours. I'm perfectly fine now. I went to the doctor. Because I had that eye wash station, it was a godsend, but now I make sure I wear safety glasses every time I use this stuff. Now to use, you simply pour in. Now this particular bottle I have not reused. This is a fresh bottle. You can reuse them a few times. The effectiveness gets a little worse every time. And just to give you an idea of what these look like, here's some transport track links that I had previously done. Now, another caveat, I did clean these for about 6 hours in an ultrasonic cleaner with industrial vinegar. Not off-the-shelf stuff. This is stuff you buy at an industrial supply house, and it's usually used for like cleaning stainless steel or mixing to make an industrial glass cleaner, stuff like that. You can use household stuff. You just might have to, pour it in and let it soak overnight. So what we're going to do, I'm not even going to bother cleaning these. I want to see how well this stuff will work without. So we're just going to run just some normal Furl Late Panther tracks. I'll use these on a Panther F that I'm going to be working on sometime down the road. And I'm going to dump the whole side in. Now I don't want this to splash, so just be careful. So that's all in. Now it's important that you put it into a splash-proof container, and these are actually pretty good. You might want to use some Tupperware or something if the missus doesn't mind. And you have to agitate. The reason you want to agitate is you want to get all the air bubbles out of all the little casting fixtures, in between all the cleats and things like that. Now, I have two of these, as you may have noticed, because this one is for the patina fluid. This one just has water in it, which I should probably just take that out while I'm mixing. And that's just straight tap water. You don't need distilled or anything like that. And I found if you agitate, the links tend to stay black. But once you once you let them sit for a while, they actually develop kind of a rust patina. There's actually kind of a reddish brown goo that forms in there. I'm sure it's with the chemical reaction. And this is just after a minute. You can see that lovely goo. And you can see how black they are already. So we'll take these and drain. Put that in that side. Clean up our spill here. See how much of this stuff comes off. Done. Now my concern is how well did it get into all the little nooks and crannies without, oh, there's a couple here. This one's okay. Get that in there. But this one, not so good. So some of them I'll have to touch up. But overall, that's a heck of a lot easier than sitting there painting these one at a time. And then once they're out, you just set them aside to dry, and that's about it. You might want to clean them up maybe with a toothbrush or something. If you want, don't want the rusty patina on, if you want more of a new look. And of course, you could certainly paint these as well. Now, if you want to neutralize this because it's got acid in it, you can just use a little bit of baking soda at a time to neutralize it. As well, I've found that I can reuse this stuff about 3, maybe 4 times before it just starts to totally lose effectiveness. But still, considering, for all of about $4 worth of product, I can do an entire set of track links without any issue. And like I said, I could just throw these back in and swish them around a bunch more to get some of the air bubbles and that out of there. Get some of the silvery spots that you can see. But overall, it looks really nice. When it's dry, it'll look, like I said, just like this transport track version. So you can weather from there. You can throw some mud on. You can detail paint some other, if it's not rusty enough. If it's too rusty, you can do that. You can take a sanding stick or some sandpaper, and you can buff it to show wear, things of that nature, pretty easily. That's one of the great things about doing with these track links. So that's the Novacan Black Patina. If you're not in Canada, please look around at your glass shops, find out who does stained glass in your area. I'm sure these guys aren't the only ones on the planet making stuff like this. And source the stuff out. It might be a little bit easier to get, a little bit more economical for people that do a lot of metal track links. I tend to use ferrule tracks with pretty much every kit that I do, unless it's like a Sherman where they'd have rubber, where the tracks are tight and rubber bands are perfectly fine. But if you're not comfortable using the burnishing fluid that's available in the hobby world, it's just another option. I'm not saying don't buy the stuff. By all means, help support the hobby. I'm just saying this is an alternative if you're not in a position or a location where you can get that stuff easily. So anyway, that's about it. Any comments, constructive criticisms, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. And thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later.